In our world today, major religions such as Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism dominate the religious landscape. However, there are many lesser-known beliefs that still exist despite having relatively small numbers of followers. Some of these beliefs stretch deep into the roots of ancient history, while others have emerged in more recent times. Each of them carries unique perspectives about life, the universe, and spirituality. These religions reflect the diversity of human thought and present different ways of viewing the world. Some of them are closely connected to nature, others are rooted in philosophical ideas, while certain belief systems rely on secret teachings and spiritual mysteries that are passed down within their traditions. In this video, we will explore some of these rare religions that you may have never heard about before, and we will discover what makes them different from other belief systems. To learn more details, stay with us until the very end of the video. And do not forget to support us by liking the video and subscribing to the channel so you can receive all our new content. The religion of Voodoo, also known as traditional Vodun, is one of the ancient spiritual religions that originated in West Africa, specifically in the Kingdom of Dahomey, which is now located within the borders of the modern-day country of Benin. This religion is considered a blend of traditional beliefs and spiritual practices whose roots extend back thousands of years, and it once represented an essential part of everyday life in the societies that embraced it. Voodoo is based on the belief that the universe is filled with invisible spiritual forces that interact with human beings and influence their physical lives. These forces include the spirits of ancestors, as well as spirits of nature that represent elements such as water, wind, trees, and mountains. Followers of Voodoo believe that it is possible to communicate with these spirits through special rituals designed to bring protection, health, prosperity, and success. Among the most prominent practices of this religion are collective rituals that include dancing, music, chants, and offerings. These ceremonies are often held in traditional temples, which, in Haitian Vodou, are known as Hunfor. The purpose of these rituals is to summon the spirits and communicate with them through spiritual intermediaries. In some cases, it is believed that the spirits manifest themselves within the bodies of the participants, causing them to enter a state of trance, unconsciousness, or spiritual ecstasy. Spiritual and magical practices also play an important role in Voodoo. However, they are not always used for evil purposes, as they are often portrayed in Western media. On the contrary, these practices are viewed as methods for maintaining balance between forces, supporting good, and protecting individuals and the community. With the expansion of the transatlantic slave trade, the Voodoo religion spread from West Africa to the New World, particularly to places such as Haiti, Cuba, and Brazil, where enslaved Africans carried their beliefs with them. In these new environments, Voodoo blended with Catholic Christianity, resulting in hybrid forms such as Haitian Vodou, which continues to be practiced to this day. Despite the many myths surrounding it, Vodun or Voodoo is not a religion that practices black magic, as it is sometimes portrayed in certain Western cultures. On the contrary, it is a religion that focuses on creating balance between the spiritual world and the material world. Vodun beliefs call for respect and recognition of the forces that govern life, and they cultivate a deep sense of connection with the earth and with the spirits. Over time, Voodoo faced significant challenges, whether from European colonial powers or from major religions that attempted to marginalize it or eliminate it altogether. Nevertheless, this religion has remained a living part of the cultural and spiritual identity of many peoples in Africa and the Caribbean, and it continues today as one of the lesser-known religions in the world, yet one that has a profound influence on its followers. Shinto is considered one of the oldest religions in Japan, and it is not merely a religious system, but rather a way of life and a form of spirituality deeply rooted in Japanese culture. This belief system is based on the worship of the kami, which are sacred spirits believed to dwell within nature. such as mountains, rivers, and trees, in addition to the spirits of ancestors and legendary heroes. Shinto does not possess a single unified sacred text, nor a specific founder. Instead, it developed gradually over time through local customs and traditions, which made it a flexible religion capable of adapting to the changes of society. Rituals and celebrations represent an essential part of Shinto practice, as they are held in shrines dedicated to the kami. Visitors enter these shrines through gates known as torii, which symbolize the transition from the physical world to the spiritual world. Among the most notable rituals practiced by followers of Shinto are purification rituals, where individuals wash their hands and faces before entering the shrine as an expression of physical and spiritual purity. Offerings are also presented, such as rice, as a sign of gratitude and respect. Shinto is closely connected to Japanese identity, and throughout history, it has been influenced by Buddhism, which entered Japan in the 6th century AD. Despite this influence, the two religions did not conflict with one another. Instead, they blended together in a way that allowed many Japanese people to practice the teachings of both simultaneously. After World War II, Shinto lost its position as the official religion of the state, yet it remained an essential part of Japanese heritage. In the modern era, Shinto still influences daily life in Japan, where Shinto festivals are held throughout the country and traditional rituals are practiced during important occasions, such as weddings and the New Year. Millions of Japanese people visit Shinto shrines every year to pray for good fortune, health, and success, which confirms its continued deep influence within Japanese society. While some may view it merely as cultural traditions, for many Japanese people, Shinto remains a way of life that connects them with nature, their ancestors, and the values that shaped their civilization throughout the centuries. The Yazidi religion, also known as Yazidism, is considered one of the oldest spiritual belief systems that still exists today. Its roots extend deeply into history, as it combines various religious elements that trace back to the ancient religions of Mesopotamia. This faith is practiced by its followers, who are mainly concentrated in Iraq, Syria, and parts of Turkey and Iran. The religion has a unique character based on the reverence of nature and light, as well as a belief in the cycle of life and renewal. The Yazidi belief system is based on faith in one God, who is believed to have created the universe and entrusted its administration to 7 angels. The most prominent among them is Melek Taus, the peacock angel, who is regarded as a symbol of light and wisdom. Yazidis believe that the world operates according to a divine system founded upon goodness, and therefore they strive to live in harmony with nature and with society, guided by principles of peace and tolerance. The Yazidi religion is distinguished by its own unique traditions, where the city of Lalish in Iraq represents its spiritual center. It is the place to which followers of the religion travel for pilgrimage and to perform religious rituals. The Yazidi community also follows a closed social system, where marriage takes place only among members of the community, in order to preserve the purity of their faith and traditions. Throughout history, the Yazidis have faced significant challenges, as they have been subjected to persecution and massacres due to misunderstandings and false beliefs about their religion. This forced many of them to live in isolation in order to preserve their religious and cultural identity. Despite this, they have succeeded in maintaining their unique heritage by passing down their beliefs orally through generations, since they do not possess written sacred religious texts in the traditional sense. In modern times, the tragedies that the Yazidis have endured have drawn international attention, particularly after attacks that targeted them and caused the displacement of thousands of their people. Nevertheless, the followers of this religion remain deeply attached to their spiritual heritage, and they continue striving to preserve their culture and identity despite the difficulties they face. The Jain religion is considered one of the oldest philosophical religions in the world, having been established in India more than 2,500 years ago. Its roots trace back to the teachings of Mahavira, who who is regarded as the historical founder of this religion. Jainism revolves around the principle of absolute non-violence, which forms the fundamental foundation upon which every aspect of Jain life is built. Jain belief is centered on the concept of ahimsa, meaning non-violence, which does not only include refraining from physical violence, but also extends to avoiding any harm that could affect living beings, whether through speech, thought, or action. For this reason, Jains follow a strict vegetarian diet, and they even avoid certain types of plants that are believed to involve uprooting life forms that may destroy microscopic organisms living in the soil. In addition to non-violence, Jainism believes in the principles of karma and reincarnation. According to this belief, the actions performed by a person influence their future life, and these actions can either lead to spiritual liberation or cause the continuation of the cycle of birth and death. Jains strive to achieve moksha, meaning liberation from the cycle of life and death, through asceticism, meditation, and the renunciation of worldly desires. Asceticism and meditation play a central role in the lives of Jains, especially for monks who live lives of complete austerity and self-denial. They renounce material possessions, travel barefoot during their journeys, and avoid using modern means that might unintentionally harm life around them. Some monks wear cloth masks over their mouths to avoid inhaling microscopic organisms, and they also use special brooms to gently sweep the path in front of them while walking, so that they do not accidentally step on any living creature. Although Jainism is not among the major religions in India, its influence is clearly visible in Indian culture, especially in the areas of vegetarianism and philosophical ethics. Throughout history, Jains have played an important role in Indian trade and economy, as followers of this religion are widely known for their integrity and strict adherence to ethical principles in their business practices. In the modern era, followers of Jainism continue to hold firmly to their unique traditions, and they seek to spread the principles of non-violence and tolerance throughout the world. Despite the challenges that this religion faces in light of modern social transformations, its philosophy continues to inspire many individuals who seek inner peace and spiritual balance. Zoroastrianism is also considered one of the oldest monotheistic religions in the world, having been founded in ancient Persia by the prophet Zoroaster around the 6th century BCE. This religion had a profound influence on religious thought, as it introduced major concepts such as the cosmic struggle between good and evil, the Day of Judgment, and the ideas of reward and punishment in the afterlife. Zoroastrian belief is centered on the worship of Ahura Mazda, the supreme god who represents goodness, light, and wisdom. In contrast, there exists Angra Mainyu, who symbolizes evil and darkness, and the struggle between these two forces unfolds throughout the universe. Zoroastrians believe that human beings possess the freedom to choose between good and evil, and that their actions will determine their fate in the afterlife. After death, every person will be judged, and they will either cross into the House of Song, which represents paradise, or fall into the House of Lies, which represents hell. One of the most important principles of Zoroastrianism is the doctrine of good thoughts, good words, good deeds, which forms the foundation of the moral life of its followers. Fire also holds a sacred place within this religion, as it is regarded as a symbol of divine purity. For this reason, sacred fires are kept burning continuously in Zoroastrian temples, serving as a symbol of divine wisdom and spiritual purity. During the Achaemenid era and the Persian Empire, Zoroastrianism was the official religion, and it spread widely throughout the empire. However, its influence declined after the Islamic conquest of Persia, when the majority of the population gradually converted to Islam, which led to a significant decline in the number of Zoroastrians. Today, followers of Zoroastrianism still exist, particularly in Iran and India, where they are known as the Parsis, a small community that has remained committed to preserving its ancient religious traditions. Although it is no longer a major religion, Zoroastrianism continues to influence modern religious philosophies and ideas, and its spiritual and cultural heritage remains present in Persian history. Today, Zoroastrian communities strive to preserve their teachings and identity in the face of modern challenges, making this religion one of the most important surviving witnesses to the ancient religious heritage of the world. Kahuna beliefs, known in English as Kahuna beliefs, are recognized as a traditional spiritual system that originated in the Hawaiian Islands. This system is based on beliefs and practices that were developed by the native Hawaiian people over many centuries. The philosophy is associated with the priests and healers known as kahuna, who were regarded as wise individuals and spiritual leaders within their communities. Although the term kahunaism as a unified concept did not appear until the modern era, its roots extend back to ancient religious and spiritual practices and beliefs that reflect a deep connection with nature and cosmic forces. Kahuna beliefs were not merely a traditional religion, but rather a comprehensive way of life. They included healing rituals, meditation, communication with spirits, and the guidance of spiritual energy in order to achieve balance between human beings and the world around them. This philosophy is based on a central concept known as mana, which is understood as a spiritual force, believed to flow through all living beings as well as inanimate objects, influencing the course of life itself. Followers of the Kahuna tradition believe that a person can increase their personal mana through spiritual practices such as meditation, honoring ancestors, and living a lifestyle that is harmonious with nature. The Kahuna played a central and essential role in ancient Hawaiian society. They served as healers, priests, interpreters of dreams, and guardians of traditional wisdom. They possessed deep knowledge of herbs and healing practices, and they acted as intermediaries between the physical world and the spiritual realm. They also conducted complex rituals that involved sacred symbols and traditional magic, which were used to communicate with spiritual forces and to maintain balance between human beings and their environment. However, with the arrival of colonizers and Christian missionaries in the 19th century, these traditions were subjected to systematic suppression. Kahuna practices were prohibited, and they were gradually replaced by Western religious concepts, which led to a significant decline in their presence in public life. Despite this, Kahuna beliefs did not disappear completely. Instead, they continued in secrecy, as the Kahuna passed their knowledge from one generation to another, keeping the traditions alive within the collective memory of the people. During the 20th century, Kahuna beliefs began to experience a cultural and spiritual revival, as many Hawaiians sought to reclaim their spiritual identity and revive their inherited traditions. These philosophical ideas also extended into New Age movements and alternative spiritual practices around the world, where some of their principles became associated with meditation, self-healing, and the development of spiritual awareness. Despite the many transformations it has undergone, Kahuna beliefs remain today an essential part of the cultural heritage of the Hawaiian people, representing the deep relationship between human beings and the natural and cosmic forces that have shaped their worldview for thousands of years. Conclusion: in the end, globalization and the rapid changes that the world is witnessing continue to pose challenges for many of these religions in preserving their teachings and traditional practices. Nevertheless, there are still ongoing efforts to revive these beliefs and protect them from disappearing, whether through academic research or through communities that strive to preserve their spiritual and cultural identity. Here we have reached the end of our discussion. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell, and we will see you again in a new documentary.